Hello Cancer, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. If Cancer is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. Now this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And if there's anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. And remember, Cancer, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. Wow. Magus, Mercury, the Magician energy, right out of the gate. That is, well, that's pretty special. Now we're going to put that into some context. Wow. All right. Oh, I knew that was coming. This is really fantastic. These majors that we have a lot of majors right here. The Ten of Pentacles, cannot beat that, especially in conjunction with this Magus, Magician, Mercury energy. Let's quickly do our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. We're going to select one card randomly from the Smith-Waite Tarot. And this is the card that we are not going to look at until the very end. We're going to set it down. We'll put our alien on top, and we'll just let them take a nap right over there. And hopefully at the end of the reading, that card will tie everything together and, give us the confirmation that we need. But I think this is pretty special. Let's take a look at this. We've got major, 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 major. We've got some air, which this might be a little challenging, but we've got some fire and some water. And then we've got some fire and some earth. So it's pretty balanced. Whoops. It's pretty balanced. It looks pretty good to me, especially with this Magician energy. I think we've got to be very careful with what we do next. Okay, this is the real focus and concentration that you need to succeed in whatever work you're doing. Right? I think that I don't know exactly what it is that you're doing. It's some kind of work. It might be a business. It might be something creative. I feel like it's something that is going to have emotional benefits as well as financial benefits. Okay. I feel like you're very close. I feel like you are thinking of nothing else. I kind of get this sense that you're feeling really confident with it, Like you kind of feel like this magician, that it's almost like anything that you touch right now is working out, okay? Whatever you focus on, whatever you put all of your energy into, it's going to be affected, it is going to grow, it is going to work, it is going to be successful, right? This is you being able to just kind of touch a light bulb and it comes on, right? It's a little bit of the Midas touch, but it's got more of this. It's got more of a magical vibe to it. It's not just making money. It's not like any business you put your hand in is suddenly very successful. It's some of that. But like I said, there's an emotional component too, and there's this kind of pride that I feel with you right now, I think that you are very much deserving of a pat on the back, and I think that you're aware of that, And the thing with Mercury here, with this magician, is we've got to be careful, right? Because Mercury is that laser focus, right? Full speed ahead, right in this direction, doesn't really care about anything else, right? This is kind of like anything you wish for is going to come true, but there's going to be a little catch. There's going to be a twist. So it's you've got to be careful what you're wishing for. I think that you have such an intense focus right now that any little thing is going to be a disturbance. Yeah. I feel, especially up here above everything, we've got a 7 of Swords. I think that this is kind of this is an annoyance almost. I feel like this is you're hyper focused, right? You're getting this success. You're reaching this 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles. And then anybody who tries to talk to you, you get a text message, someone rings your doorbell, everything is like amplified, right? We have this hypersensitivity now to any kind of disturbance. And I feel like that might kind of cause some friction between you and some of your people, maybe friends, maybe coworkers, maybe your significant other, your family. Because I feel like when we are, and I think that this is something special to Cancers too. I think everybody has this to some degree, but especially us Cancers. When we're really focused on something, when we're really concentrated, even a pin drop is going to sound like a booming echo, loudspeaker, bullhorn kind of thing right in our ear. Yeah. So I feel like we have to be careful with our reactions, with how we are, how we're dealing with the people around us. And it could be that these are people who are involved in this with you. We don't have any court cards here, but I feel with this Hierophant underneath that this is a group effort. I feel that you're doing something, maybe you're doing something for someone else in a certain sense. I'm not sure how that's resonating with you, but I get this feeling like we're doing it for someone or as a service to someone, or it's something that's meant to help other people or something like that. But at the same time, we can't deal with people right now. You know what I mean? It's like, in order for me to help you, I need you to leave me alone and let me work, right? But we have to be careful how we say that to people. And I think that's another aspect of this Mercury energy, because Mercury is very much about speech and dialogue and communication. We have to be careful and discerning with how we interact with people, right? Especially if you're reaching this kind of success. Now look at the success that we have here. We've got 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles, Jupiter energy. We've got an increase of moon energy, right? The Priestess, that is a full moon on its way, and that is something that rules Cancer. So it's almost like we are being really kind of led away by this moonlight. It could perhaps be an ego inflation. It could be that we are kind of moonstruck, I guess, as they say. We are maybe really getting carried away with ourselves, with whatever this work is. Feels like it is just kind of leading us away. You know what I mean? That it really has captured our whole attention. We're almost obsessed with it, whatever it is. I'm not sure what we're doing here. But the Mercury energy, yes, very careful with how we communicate, because it might be our mouth that gets us into the most trouble right now, right? Because I really think that the big payday is really close. Okay, I think it's an emotional payday. I think it's a financial payday, and I think this Jupiter energy has a lot to do with it. Now, we're going to look at the recent past. We've got this 4 of Wands. This, I think, was maybe it's something that you've invented. I feel like you have you finally solved a problem that you were working on, right? You finally figured out the code, or you got the bugs out of the code, or you've invented something, or you've engineered something, right? And now that is kind of the main focus of this work, is to extend that, to get it to production, to implement it, or whatever it might be. It doesn't have to be anything scientific or technical, but I feel like it was a problem, it was a difficulty. We managed to close the loop. We've managed to fix the bug or the problem, the error, and solve it, and now it's working. You know what I mean? Kind of, we've closed the circuit, kind of. So I feel like this is really a big source of some of this pride, I guess, right? Some of this confidence, maybe, that we have now. Because we did this. And I think that feels good. I think you deserve that pat on the back, right? And now it's just a matter of enjoying the rewards, right? I think that there's an intense satisfaction. We've got the Ten of Cups that's right here with this Mercury energy. And this is really the big celebration, kind of. This is living your best life. This is you kind of the after party, right? The celebration. You've done it. Everything has kind of come off without a hitch. Things are perfect now, you know. You are fulfilled in every way. We are feeling really good. But it's this kind of scenario where Cancer might start to get a little bit overconfident, maybe, right? I don't want to say arrogant, because I think Cancers and arrogance doesn't really fit. There is an elation, an overjoyed feeling with us that may lead us to be a little bit overconfident, right? To go just beyond the limit of what we usually would do or say, you know. I think it's mostly in how we communicate to others, how we are communicating with our loved ones, how we deal with this much like happiness all at once. You know, this is a lot, right? This is the kind of overwhelming how exciting this is really going to be, because this is the biggest. I think this is going to be the biggest time of your life, the most success, the most satisfaction and fulfillment. I think whatever you're working on, it is meant for the good of the whole in some way. It is kind of something that we are trying to, to provide for others, right? It is something that we feel is going to better the world in some way, okay? That's our motivation. That's why this card is underneath everything. As a foundation, the point that we are working from is this idea of wanting to be of service, wanting to help, wanting to make the world a better place, okay? And that feels really, really good. We have to contain this. Now, I don't want to spend all too much time on these kind of warnings and caveats and stuff, but we do need to take this air energy together, the Seven of Swords and the Four of Swords. This is being careful with how you interact with people. Be careful of how you come off, right? Are we being a little oversensitive? Are we being... are we a little bit frustrated? Do we get annoyed easily, right? The Four here in the future, this is what we have to work toward. And that is being calm, being respectful, listening, being open, having a polite and courteous disposition, right? Because I think it's very easy for us to get carried away. Cancers, when we get that kind of full moon intensity, we could be completely led away from ourselves with that. We could just, it's so powerful to us, right? This lunar energy, this is our ruling planet. And we could get so caught up in this light, you know, that we lose sight of, well, we could lose sight of what's underneath everything here. We could lose sight of why we're kind of doing this work, or we're involved with this group, or whatever it might be. So the Four of Swords, we need to keep that in mind. We need to be peaceful. We need to be fair and friendly. We need to be respectful and a little bit humble even, you know. And there's a difference between being humble and being self-deprecating, right? We can be humble without doing the kind of Cancer thing of feeling sorry for ourselves, feeling like we're weak, feeling like we're not good enough. No, it's not that kind of card. It's a Four. It's an equal card. It's about approaching everybody like we're all on the same level, you know. And I think that's important. Now, let's go to the path of the Serpent here. We start with this Two of Wands. This, again, is this kind of confidence thing. This is feeling like now we are in charge of our life. We're in charge of the world. We're on top of the world, right? This is the excitement with which you're kind of planning your next move. This is the confidence that we feel now that we've done this. We've accomplished something, and that feels really good, right? I mean, this is the big payday, and this is like champagne and cigars and really living it up. That's not, I think that's too outside of the realm of a Cancer's nature, that we could easily get lose ourselves in that kind of reaction, Not to say we shouldn't celebrate. We definitely deserve to celebrate. But let's be smart, keep it small, keep it friendly, keep your wits about you, I guess, as they would say. But now we've found this new sense of power. And this, in some ways, could really make you feel like a big shot, Which is good. It's good, Cancer. We need that. You don't get that often enough. You deserve to feel like you're in charge, that you have some sort of power, some sort of control or authority over the direction of your life. We just want to make sure we keep it tempered, okay? Because I feel like your life is really going to change. 10 of Pentacles in your environment. This is wealth. This is you in your best life. This is you with all of the health and wealth. Your pets, your plants, your people, everything is exactly how you envisioned it. This is you literally having everything you want. The same as the 10 of Cups is you feeling all of the good feelings. Feeling everything you want, right? Feeling all of the good, none of the bad. Having more than enough physical abundance, physical resources that you don't have to worry, right? This is the payday, and we all want an environment like this. We all want to live in our best life. Yeah. We all want to live in our best life. Now, the next card is interesting. It's this Jupiter energy, Wheel of Fortune. It's in the position of what we don't want. It's in the position of perhaps our fear, our worry. Okay? And what I'm feeling with this card is that we don't really want this because we perhaps never had a sense of our destiny being this successful. We never maybe felt like we were meant for 10 of Cups, 10 of Discs, right? So now we're worried that this is just a very temporary thing because our destiny was something else. This is worry that we have a fate that doesn't include this, that this is not supposed to be part of it, right? Or if it is, it's a very temporary thing because the end result is that we were meant for something else, right? And that's part of that Cancer self-deprecating kind of energy. It's that inferiority that sometimes creeps in. On the other hand, this card's also saying that we want to hang on to the feeling like we did this. Not that there was some divine hand. It wasn't Jupiter that just came in and handed us all of this wealth and this big payday. We want to feel like it was through our own actions, right? So often I think Cancers get this feeling like things happen to them. They're not the ones making things happen, right? Not all of you, but some of us, I think. So it's kind of like that crab, that crustacean, that just gets swept away from the current, ends up somewhere good, ends up somewhere bad, It wasn't really anything they did, it happened to them. And I think sometimes this gets even a little bit further, gets a little bit deeper with Cancers, where we think that everyone is doing something to us. So it's this lack of ownership and responsibility. Well, we got the two of Wands. We're owning our power now. Now this is something we did this. No one did this for me. No one gave this to me. I did it, right? And it kind of has a little bit of that that Pinky in the Brain kind of vibe to it. I don't know why I just thought of that cartoon. So there's a rejection of this idea of, no, this is not just like things happening to me. Now I'm finally the one that's making this thing happen, that's doing all of this. So there's a little bit of a rejection of this Jupiter energy, this Wheel of Fortune. Okay. Now the final card is, of course, that Moon energy, which we talked about a little bit. And the Moon energy is kind of, in some ways, it's an inflation of ego. In some ways, it's this really blinding light in front of us that's just kind of mesmerizing us. You know, we're getting moonstruck and we're just being taken away in this direction, and we're getting kind of far away from ourselves. We need to bring it back. And that's the point of this, is that in all of this success, because, I mean, this is a big payday. This is really good stuff, right? We've got to be careful with our next move, right? We've got to be smart. Don't get swept away by this, right? Stay in control. We like the control. We like feeling as if we're responsible and we're doing it, so let's keep doing it. Let's do it smart. Let's take this air energy into account. Let's not get swept away by the lunar light. Okay. I'm kind of hoping that this mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card, will be something like the sun. I think the sun would be good. I think anything showing like a balance of power, like a maintaining of control, right? An organization of some of this energy, a responsibility kind of thing. Yeah. Let's see what we have. Well, we have justice. Good, good, good. Very good. The justice card. It's that Libra energy. It's that balance. It's about weighing the value of things. In some ways, I feel like it's kind of weighing these things a little bit, right? Let's move some of this out of the way, because what are we trying to keep in balance here? We're trying to keep the kind of the emotional fulfillment and the physical abundance in balance, right? We have to evaluate this, the material resources, the material jackpot, and the emotional aspect of it. Are they equal? Are we getting a little bit more, are we leaning more toward the financial stuff and it's not really being balanced by how we feel, right? Are we we're losing the spiritual, emotional connection, and we're just kind of getting greedy? Or are we able to keep these in balance? Are we making sure that, yes, the financial part of it is important, but also, yes, how I feel, how I'm connected, my love, my sense of self, my connection with spirit, and the meaning and purpose in my work, is that still there, right? So we have to evaluate this and make sure we're not too lopsided with this energy. And then we really have to, specifically with the Libra aspect of this, we have to be aware of the balance in our communication, right? Are we doing all the talking and none of the listening, right? Are we being a little bit too fire, not enough water? Are we being too assertive, too dominating, and not yielding, not understanding, not sensitive enough, right? Are we focused on our relationships with other people? And how our demeanor, our disposition, and our actions are affecting others, right? Everything always would happen to us. Now we're happening to other people. Are we doing the same thing to others that we used to feel? And then I also feel that this is an understanding of the consequences of our actions, right? Let's be smart and humble now, because literally the scales could tip at any moment. Things could change at literally any day. Things could completely be different. So there's that, and there's the understanding that what I do now, the way I treat people, it's going to come back to me eventually, right? The consequences to my actions. right? Kind of a little bit of a karma thing, I guess, if you will. So I think that this is kind of a lesson on how Cancers need to adjust to what feels like really great success coming. A real big payday, right? We have to be careful with it. But let's not take away from the fact that it is coming, that this payday is on its way to you, and this is going to feel really good, and it's going to be really abundant and really lucrative and really rewarding for you. So let's not lose sight of this, because I feel like this is really good news, and I didn't mean to weigh you down with all of these admonishments or anything, but I think we need to be smart so that we can fully enjoy this, because this is going to be something special, you know. But now let's do an extended. If you want to stick around, just click on the link up here. That will give you access to every extended reading, not just Cancer, but every sign. I encourage you to cross-watch, check your other placements, hit the like button, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel if you have not done so. Please, we're almost at 100,000 subscribers. It is blowing my mind how fast this has happened. It's because of all of you, right? I really mean it when I say that you are the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot.